partnership.
All right.
Hi, everyone. I'm Steve Rader Ginsburg, and I'm thrilled to announce a year-long partnership between the Ottorino Center for the Arts and Humanities at the University of St. Joseph and our musical artist in residence, Cuatro Puntos Ensemble. In line with our mission of mercy, values, and artistic excellence, we're deeply inspired by Cuatro Puntos' community outreach and musical performances. Throughout the year, Cuatro Puntos will be partnering with faculty to deliver impactful artistic intervention to address housing insecurity and overcoming experiences of violence. The series of events is appropriately called Musicians on the Frontlines, and we will have panel discussions and concerts to take on musicians who are working for social change and community impact. The first event in the series will be Thursday, November 12th, with a panel discussion titled Music and Protest. This will include Cuatro Puntos Ensemble members, USJ Political Science Professor Ken Long, and special guests Aaron Jafaris and Byron O. Young of the Project Activist Songbook. The first concert in the series kicks off Sunday, November 15th at 2 p.m. with a program called Music Intersecting Politics. It will examine string quartets that have challenged the status quo over the past 50 years, beginning with examples of Soviet-era descent and moving into the present-day Middle East and United States. All events are supported by donations and grants, and we're able to offer these on a pay-what-you-can model, so no one will be without access to these performances. Please donate what you can to support these artists and continue artistic presentations at this time. All events will be virtual, and to reserve your space for the virtual link, RSVP to receive this link at ottorino.usj.edu. That is the Ottorino website, ottorino.usj.edu. The series will have 5 themed concerts performed by the Hartford-based, internationally acclaimed Cuatro Puntos Ensemble and their invited guest artists. Surrounding each concert will be community talks and panel discussions led by university faculty. These events will be broadcast from the University of St. Joseph in West Hartford in the Connor Chapel of Our Lady, and this is supported not only by the Ottorino Center, but in partnership with the Office of Ministry. We are looking forward to the work and involvement with Music Moves Hartford, a collaboration with Cuatro Puntos and Christ Church Cathedral, highlighting the need for more stable and secure housing. After the New Year's, concerts and events will include Brasafa, featuring Brazilian Violin Collective for an evening of original works that fuse Brazilian, African, and American jazz traditions. Sounds of Persia, celebrating the release of an album of traditional and modern Persian music. De Vuelta al Sur, a journey into chamber music by Latin American composers. And Through the Eyes of Children, a collaboration with the national organization Do the Right Thing, which aids children in healing from violent experiences. And now I'm going to turn it over to Kevin Bishop, Artistic Director of Cuatro Puntos.
Thank you so much, Steve. So Cuatro Puntos' mission is that we are dedicated to intercultural dialogue and universal access through the performance, writing, and teaching of music. We're very excited to be working with Steve Rader Ginsburg and the Ottorino Center for the Arts and Humanities at the University of St. Joseph to continue our tradition of centering a wide array of guest artists from diverse musical backgrounds for our talks, concerts, and recording projects. The research collaboration led by Gina Rosich in the Department of Social Work and Equitable Community Practice at the University of St. Joseph will help guide the future of Music Moves Hartford, our program with Christ Church Cathedral that centers Hartford's residents facing homelessness and housing insecurity. We are also excited this year to make access to our events truly universal by live streaming our public events in high quality from here in the beautiful chapel at the University of St. Joseph. We hope that you will register for our events and enjoy our custom-built digital performance rooms and interactive program books, unique to each and every event. During this time, when our entire planet is united in a struggle against a deadly pandemic, and during a time when 54% of the arts workforce in the United States is out of work, collaboration between organizations is vital. Cuatro Puntos and Cuatro Puntos Ensemble look forward with great anticipation to working in tandem with Steve and the Otorino Center for a season of meaningful arts experiences. We are now going to play a short piece from our first program for you, and to introduce that, I am going to invite Alan Ballinger, our cellist with Cuatro Puntos Ensemble.
Good morning. The piece that we're featuring today, which will be on our program November 15th, is entitled Frontlines. It's an arrangement for string quartet by the Estonian composer Arvo Pärt. Now, Arvo Pärt grew up in the Soviet Union during a time when there was a strict censorship of sacred music and the use of modern compositional techniques that were common in the United States and Western Europe. Things such as serialism, aleatory, and collage techniques were forbidden throughout the 1950s and 1960s, just as Pärt was emerging as a composer. His work, written in 1968, Credo, actually was banned by the Soviet authorities, and he was censured. And so he entered a period of about 8 years of artistic silence. He emerged in 1976 with a style of composition that he titled Tintinnabulation. This came from his study of medieval and early Renaissance music, and it also incorporated some elements of the Russian Orthodox worship service. He had just recently converted to that religion. These are sometimes called icons of sound. The presence of a tonic triad throughout each composition is intended to reflect the bells in Orthodox worship. You'll hear that featured in the in the viola in this performance of Fratres. The use of drones can be traced to the ison that accompanies Orthodox chant, and you'll hear that in the second violin. And the slow and often minimal melodic and harmonic changes create a sense of stasis, reflective of the hesychast tradition that seeks to create a state of contemplative union. For Pärt, this was actually a form of political protest because he's imbuing this sort of inner meaning to a purely instrumental work. And it was his way of, in a sense, protesting the Soviet authorities and Soviet censorship. And that's a tradition you see throughout the Soviet Union, from Shostakovich in his 5th and 7th symphonies to other Soviet-era composers such as Alfred Schnittke, and we'll be performing one of his works on November 15th as well. So this is Fratres by the Estonian composer Arvo Pärt.
Thank you again to Cuatro Puntos for being our artist in residence this year. And we're looking forward to an amazing year of music and events and conversations. Please join us by going to autorino.usj.edu and reserving your space for these events. Again, the events will be virtual and we will keep them incredibly well presented for you all year long.